It's 6 in the morning. It's really early. I couldn't sleep and I decided, well, why not just start filming right away? So welcome to another Eclectic Book Diary. For today's video, I'm going to share my TBR plans, or what I want to read for the month of July. I woke up really early. For some reason, I couldn't go back to sleep. So now I am filming this video. And I haven't forgotten about my wrap-ups, like the things that I've read for the month of June. It's just that I didn't read as many books, and I felt maybe the best way to go about it is just to include it into my July wrap-up. So I will make like a merge wrap-up between June and July. So next month I will definitely have a wrap-up video for both months, but for today's video I'm just gonna focus on what I want to read in the month of July. A lot of the books that I want to read in July are actually more of a manga style. I feel like I have really been into reading manga lately, and I haven't completely let myself go into that road. I feel like I have been kind of restricting myself a little bit, so I want to just like fully and completely embrace that desire, I guess. I really feel that I have been enjoying this manga thing more than I ever thought I would. So I want to give that the proper attention, I guess. So I will be reading a bunch of manga for July, but I still want to read a few books here and there. It's just that I'm gonna prioritize manga reads whenever I feel like I really want to read manga, if that makes any sense. So I think for the books that I want to read, I have a couple of books within my shelves that I feel like I could read from. So basically I'm gonna shop my shelves for this month specifically, which I typically do on a regular basis. Like I feel like I take care that I read books that I already have rather than just accumulating more and more books. But you know, with me liking so many books, and sometimes you buy a few books here and there, you end up with a few books that are on your shelf but you haven't read yet. And I don't want to like have that many books that I didn't read on my shelf. So I'm gonna go through my bookshelf and pick like a couple, 3 books that I feel like it's time for me to read. And we will also go through the manga that I have that I probably will read a bunch of as well. So yeah, I'm gonna take you into this quote-unquote tour, and we will pick them together. So on this shelf I have a couple of books. This one I had like a few months ago, and this one I had I think like 3 weeks ago. So I think one of these books will be a good candidate for this month. This is Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. I've never read anything by this author, but I believe this is kind of a literary fiction with a twist of magical element to it. I think this is the back of it. There is like some sort of a library involved. It says here, bound together by a single ancient text, the unforgettable characters of Cloud Cuckoo Land are dreamers and outsiders figuring out the world around them. It's probably has like some sort of a fantasy twist or magical realism of some sort. We will see once I start reading this one. I do not know anything significant about this book. I've heard quite a few people talking about it, but I do not know that much about it, which is exciting. This could be very, very interesting to just go into something without really knowing that much about it. So And I feel like this one could be another good candidate. This is a fantasy. It is called Wild and Wicked Things by Francesca May. I've got this book like 3 weeks ago, and I feel like this is also could be a good candidate. Also, this says, in a world of 1920s descendants and excess, Francesca May's irresistible debut waves a dazzling tale of dark magic, romance, and murder. So this could be interesting. This is like a mix between like a magical fantasy world with like some mystery murder element. Could be very, very great. So let's put it back there and let's move down here. I think I have this one, Beasts of Little Land. Similar to, I believe, Pachinko, also has like a generational or at least multiple character perspectives, if I'm not mistaken. And it's also a historical fiction, so it has that in common. It says here, an epic story of love and war set during the turbulent decades of Korea's fight for independence. I remember like reading the synopsis on the back of this book when I was in the bookshop. I actually got the book because of that. I believe we're gonna follow a few different characters. This could be a very emotional read, and it could be something that probably I would love because I loved Pachinko. I know, again, I'm mentioning the same book over and over, but I feel like this will have a similar impact on me personally. So this should be a great choice as well for the TBR of July. Now going over here to where a few of my manga lay. This is not the final setup, I just have a few here. As you can see, I have 3 different manga series. So I have picked up the 5th book in the Apothecary Diaries series. I have read 1, 2, 3, and 4. Obviously, I have a full video on it. But yeah, this is the 5th one, has been just released, and I'm quite excited about that. Very, very cool in general. So I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this one just as much as I enjoyed the other 4. So I'm very, very excited to follow Mao Mao again and see how her wits and cleverness mixed with her cute nature in general, how that will continue in this series. And yeah, I'm quite excited. This one just been released, as I said. There is another one, book number 6, I believe, will be released in September, and there is book number 7 will be released in December as well. So I'm looking forward to continue with the series, and this will be definitely read in this month, in the month of July. So this is for that, and as you can see, I have Spy X Family. If you have watched my previous vlog, you will know that I've ordered book number 1 and book number 2, even though I've already read book number 1, but I read it as an ebook version, and I just thought maybe I should get like the actual physical books. So I've ordered them thinking that both of them were an English edition. It turns out that I've gotten the first English edition, but with the second volume I've actually got the German one. Then I realized that getting the German editions is much easier process than getting the English ones, so I decided to collect them in German instead, and I will keep reading them both in English and in German, but I will probably stick to the version of the books when it comes to the English, and then just collect the actual physical books in German. So I've gotten the first one as well, and when I was in the bookshop, I realized that they have volume 5 and volume 8, so I got these. when I find the other volumes, I will definitely be getting them, but yeah, it will take a while, I guess. Maybe not that much, but for now, I think it might take a while. So as I said, I already read book number 1, and I am reading book number 2 right now. I still have like a few pages. I usually like read mangas in one setting, but this time I decided to savor it more. So I started yesterday reading it, and I'm almost done with it, but this is book number 2, with like Anya being the actual cutest thing ever. I'm really enjoying this storyline. It's very heartwarming and very sweet to follow their journey in general. Anya is literally one of my favorite characters in the whole world. She's just so adorable. I absolutely love her, and I couldn't be more excited to read a manga. This is just the best. Probably when I finish at least like 4 volumes, I will be doing like a dedicated review for this manga because it deserves it, and I just I'm really looking forward for this. This is another book on my TBR for July, and now we come to this corner right here. It has a new addition to my manga things that I want to read. These are 3 volumes of Moriarty, I believe it's called. This is it. I have seen this a few times in the bookshop, and I feel like every time I look at it, I'm interested, I'm intrigued. Maybe I should get this one. This time I actually gotten like the first 3. This is supposed to be more of like from the shonen manga, but it's kind of a murder mystery detective type of a manga, and I feel it could be very, very interesting and a little bit less cutesy, if I'm not mistaken, and more like mysterious crime solving type of a manga. So this could be a bit different. This could be more, again, a little bit more mysterious, a little darker, but not too dark. I don't know, I'm guessing it might be darker than I think, but I don't believe this is like a very, very dark manga, but I do believe this is a little bit less cute, more mysterious, less cute type of a manga. So yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy this one. I probably will just read 1 volume, but if I can continue and read the other 2, it will be nice. But let's just say that there is like at least the first volume in here will be read in this month. So pretty excited about that. So here we go. These were the books that I am planning on reading for the month of July. However, I still have 1 more book that I really want to read in the month of July if I had enough time, and that will be Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson, book number 3 of the Stormlight archive. I've already read Words of Radiance last month, in the month of June, and I have a whole vlog dedicated to it. But to make a long story short, I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to continue with the series. But I don't know when I will be getting like book number 3, the actual physical book, because I quite enjoyed reading the last one, both with the audiobook but also using the physical book. So I'm waiting on the physical book to arrive before I actually start reading it. If I get it before the midst of July, I guess, I will absolutely start it this month. If I don't, it will be more delayed for like late July or even the beginning of August. Either way, I'm continuing with this series. It's absolutely becoming one of my favorite fantasy series of all time. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm hoping that the next few books will be at the same level as the first 2 that I've read, because they were absolutely phenomenal. I was supposed to be continuing with the Wheel of Time series, but I don't know if I will be doing that, to be honest, this month. If I don't get Oathbringer before, you know, the midst of July, I might switch gears and just read book number 5 in the Wheel of Time series. But for now, I believe Oathbringer is the more obvious candidate, I believe, for this upcoming month. And yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully this was short and sweet video, and as I said, I will be doing a full-on wrap-up video for all the books that I've read during June and July by the end of July or beginning of August. I will be focusing more on doing like a dedicated reviews or vlogs during this month, just as I did last month. So I hope you would stick around for the journey. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening whenever you're watching this. If you find this type of content interesting, feel free to subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, take care. Bye bye.